Ooh, welcome back, everybody. We just made it to the splendor that is Elysium. This is the third region. We just beat the Bone Hydra. So now let's go check out a Zoo Spoon. Elysium is characterized by many annoying as crap enemies, namely the Bright Swords. When you kill them,
That eyeball, is that him?
they pop into these little eyeball creatures and try to head back to these ghost weapons that get left on the ground. If they make it back to those ghost weapons for a second or two, then they respawn into fresh Bright Swords. They suck. Then you got these. These are, I think, soul catchers. They just shoot little butterflies, but the butterflies home in on you really well, so it's hard to avoid. There's a million of them, making it even harder to avoid, and they take 1,000 points of damage before they die.
That shield of yours called Aegis. Why, in fact, it's mine from long ago, young man. I've no more need of it, of course, though how you found it you shall have to tell me once you're here.
Alright. Since I'm not striking too many people, although I guess I could do that just to have it, because I am striking people sometimes, so just to have an attack boon would be nice. I'm not casting at anybody, so no. This one's pretty good, because I'm dashing a lot. If I do it at the right time, it gets 20 damage, free. Excuse me. So I think I'm actually going to pick that one.
The might of the heavens.
And now I got an Infernal Trove. Ooh, and see, this one's good. This one's 25 gemstones. Those aren't easy to come by, so...
All right, wretches, get to work.
Now my goal is to kill these things as quickly as possible. These guys are like super witches. They fire big balls that split into tiny little balls that go out in a circle. Sorry, I just did that on the microphone. That's gonna be really loud.
Time to look for better help.
That's that.
Excuse me, that was a sneeze.
I'll take
But see, it counted down, so from 25 went 12. But still, that's 12 gems. I'll take it. And now, do I want a boon or do I want health? You almost always want boon over health. Unless you're running really low on health, and I'm not particularly. I mean, I've got 100 more than where I started, so... Not to mention the fact that I'm gaining health from that mirror upgrade, Chthonic Vitality. I'm also got a Death's Defiance left over in the bank. That's that little circle above my health bar. A lot going for me. Oh, another thing to mention, notice these guys have spears. These particular respawning enemies come in 4 different forms. You got spears, you got swords, you got shields, and you've got bows. They all do this respawn thing though, and they all suck. I'm debating if I want to gift this to her now that I've got 1 extra nectar. I was saving 1 up for the person back in the House of Hades, but I have 1 saved up after that. The only reason I would keep it is for this other lady that's also important to go ahead and gift nectar to, so I'm thinking out loud of what I want to do. Oh gosh, I don't know. So I think I'm just gonna hold off for now.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Ooh, pressure points is good because it just gives you a blanket critical chance on everything. So it's just kind of a nice, like, set it and forget it type of thing. Unfortunately, though, 2% is, like, next to nothing. I mean, you barely notice it. This was interesting. You get 25 max life, but it doesn't restore your health along with it. So my health will stay at 82. Normally, when you get a Centaur Heart, you get 25 max health, but you also get 25 health in general, so that the ratio is the same, or the difference is the same, I should say. This doesn't do that second part, so don't know if I want it. Trap stealing 500% damage to my foes is almost useless. Dealing 50% damage, striking undamaged foes I never like, because it only does the one thing, right? Once you hit them once, they're damaged. I don't think I'm going to do this either, though, because, yeah, you get max health, but it's 100 gold. It's a lot.
Great shields.
Oh, there's the shields. These are probably the worst ones, in my opinion. The ones I
Easy.
least want to see. Up, see, there was a critical hit. Yep, there's another one. Because you can't hit them from the front. The great shields. You have to bait them into an attack. Wait for, dash through them when they do, and then hit them from behind.
Damage won't come back.
What? How did that one come back? That's some BS. Oh, they both came back? This is bull! Alright, we gotta kill these eyeballs. No more messing around. Well, and then I get hit anyway.
Almost close.
Alright, so I can do more damage when I dash, I can take less damage, or I can get more critical damage. I know it's only an extra 1%, but like, getting triple damage 1% more often is like a pretty, it's a bigger deal than it sounds. I wouldn't say it's a pretty big deal, but it's a bigger deal than it sounds. It's a bigger deal than getting 10% extra on your dash strike, I think, or is it? I don't know. I think I'm just gonna go with this.
Palm power.
I'm dash striking all the time, so... So now here's an interesting, do I want to risk it since I'm already at 43 health? Or do I want to play it safe and go to the shop where there's no enemies? You always risk it. Risk it for that biscuit. And plus I have that Death's Defiance.
The Bull of Minos.
Oh my gosh.
You come from the bowels of hell. This is not your place.
Agreed on both counts. Just passing through, so if you'll excuse me.
I will not. The champion of Elysium would never back down from such a contest. Neither will I.
I love how he snorted. So for those who don't know, Asterius was the Bull of Minos. He was the bull you've heard about in the labyrinth, if you've ever heard that story. A bull is in the center of a labyrinth that's wreaking havoc. Or, you know, he's guarding a great treasure, I think? I'd have to look that up. Point is, he's never left the labyrinth, and you have to make it through the labyrinth and then fight him to get the treasure.
Wait, you're not the champion of Elysium. You're the Bull of Minos. I can't imagine who's even stronger than you. Is it Heracles? Tell me it's Heracles.
So Heracles is what Hercules is.
I will not. You talk too much, short one. Come get destroyed.
Alright, so here we go. He's gonna swing that big axe around, like that, and then sometimes jump at you after he swings it. He swings it twice, 1, 2. Sometimes he charges at you, which you have to try to lead him into a wall, but it's really hard sometimes. I kind of got lucky there. Most of the time, you just keep dashing in front of him, and eventually he'll stop. Got tagged. Thing about the Bull of Minos, as you might guess, is his attacks hit for a lot. So he's gonna jump at me. Sometimes he jumps at you 3 times. Oh, and now we get into phase 2, where it just adds little laser attacks like that to his attacks. See, you get laser split off. See that. Yeah, that's the good news.
Well fought. Though your technique pales in comparison to that of the champion of Elysium, I expect you'll soon see for yourself.
A little foreshadowing there. But what I was saying is the good news is you don't have to take him all the way down. He'll stop and yield after you get like 4/5 of the way through.
I beat the Bull of Minos.
And he just walks away. And I get an Aphrodite boon.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Excuse me, again, casting, I'm not really into that. This one's good. This one, excuse me, could be good if I plan to get more this is max life now. So it makes my centaur hearts give me 36% extra health. I think I'm just gonna go with this though, because I, spoiler alert, am more than halfway through the escape attempt. So I don't expect to be getting many more centaur hearts. Oh.
Strong bows.
Oh, and now we have the bow version. They're annoying just because they do a very good job of staying away from you. Notice those armored spread. Oh, as I say that, now I get a centaur heart. Look at that. Notice those spreaders, when they're armored like that, they shoot out 3 giant balls that each split into 3 big circles. So I could restore health. I don't. No, because I'm trying to save up actually for something that I'll talk to you guys about when I get there, if I get there. Yeah, so on that, I'm not gonna buy anything, I think. And actually, I think I'm just gonna go for the Palm of Power. Well, no. Centaur Heart's just too good all the time. Until you get to like 300 health, that's when I kind of start. Oh. Case in point, you always get hit. Especially in Elysium. If you ask me, by the way, this is the hardest part of the game. The hardest region. I think this is even harder than the 4th region. Some people disagree, but that's what I think. These respawning guys are just so annoying. They're so fast. There's also a lot of armored enemies in Elysium, so... And you got the great shields. I really hate great shields. And I really hate flame wheels, which I'll most likely get to. Oh, but that gets me to show my first Death Defiance. Death Defiance, instead of dying, you respawn with 50% health. And you just keep on going. Oh, I think I stuck him in the wall. Look at that. Ow. Sorry, I'm not paying attention. There's a dude over there. Put. Well, that didn't bode so well.
Am I interrupting something?
I would like to at least make it to the boss, because then that would be... Oh, well, no, I don't think I'm going to. That'd be consistent. First time I made it to the first boss, second time I made it to the second boss, third time I would like to make it to the third boss if I quit get hit by these traps. 20 damage, and there's more enemies. I think I'm dead. Crap. Can't believe I made it out of that one alive. More enemies? How much? I have 2 health. Wow.
In the name of Hades.
Genuinely can't believe I made it through that. So look at this. This could be a sign, right? When you're at 40% or below health, you get 20% damage resistance. It's not terrible. I don't like to pick it, especially later in the game when you get, you know, good and strong enough to where you're never that low. This one is pretty good too, just because you always stay at that life threshold, right? If you got 100 health, you go below 30, it bumps you right back up to 30. If you go from 30 and let's say you take like 2 hits, you go down to 15, well then you're right back up to 30. So this is actually surprisingly good if you've never tried it out. But we're gonna go with the epic one. So we always want to prioritize keys in the beginning. Also, keep an eye out for these spearmen because their range is way longer than you would think.
He's fully recovered.
Ah, I was too late. Whoa. Gotta watch out for the walls. God, I deal so little damage, really.
No.
Well, there we go. Couldn't make it to the 3rd boss, but we made it to the 3rd region, so again, progress is progress.
Alright then.
Alright, so
I'm up.
let's talk to everybody.
It says here that you got stuck like a piece of meat on a spit by an exalted longspear. Wow, I'll bet that really hurt. Too bad you don't have a thick, leathery hide or something that can help protect you in that type of situation. Oh well.
Oh well.
Hypnos is so great.
Olympus knows of him, bestowing on him all their worthless blessings here within my realm. Our realm. Explain to me how exactly this is possible, Nyx. Either your limitless power has considerably waned, or you are up to something.
Uh-oh. Turmoil.
Do not question my power, Hades. Your son was bound to be discovered the closer he came to the surface. The Olympians are pleased to know they have a distant relative and bid him welcome to their mountain. That is all. Their influence is very limited.
Blood and darkness. Do not speak to me about their influence. I've seen their influence firsthand. You've made a foolish mistake.
You would speak to me of foolish mistakes. You cannot change the course that has been set. Try all you like.
Nyx. Ah.
Achilles, is it really true that Cerberus ripped the lounge up right after I left? He must have gotten in a lot of trouble.
I only wish you could have seen it, lad. The place looked like a vineyard after a typhoon. Your Lord Father was livid, but he never gets so angry with the dog. Poor Dusa, though, she's picking the place up.
Oh no. I wonder what became of Dusa. She's always worried Father's going to fire her even without something like this.
Alright. Can't wait to meet Dusa. She might be my favorite character. What do we got here? I get the keepsake collection. I can upgrade my fountains, which is really good. Can I do both? No, I'm 3 short. That's annoying. Oh, of course I'm. Otherwise, I could afford that. I'm gonna be starting to get some keepsakes here, so maybe I should just go ahead and get this, but I'm not gonna get enough right now, so I don't really need this yet. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get this, increase my survivability.
Well worth the fruits of your hard work, I'm sure.
And oh look, I got something new. Oh, it just increases it by even more. That was an extra 10% from the fountains. This is 20%. This is still locked. Anything from the
Prophecy's
list?
been added to the list.
You see, since I picked Dashing Flight with my Daedalus Hammer, that got added. Excuse me. Oh, and I'm only missing one god. Who am I missing? Oh. I think I know who it is, right? Zeus, Athena, Dionysus, Aphrodite, Ares, Artemis. Yeah, I think I know who it is. Anyway. What about here? Can I get anything here?
This is power.
So again, I can unlock a mirror with the keys, but saving those up for the weapons. So for now, let's just stick to whatever's cheapest. Keep going back and forth. We got a tie. I always want to go for health if there's a tie, and then this, and then this, and then this, and we max that out. Good.
There.
So now I do 50% extra backstab damage. That's pretty good. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's feeding time for the cats.
You know something, boyo? I think you could do a real number on one of these columns, holding up this place and bring the whole thing down in just a few swipes. Boom, boom, boom. And hate to be standing near one of them if you did.
Wreck my father's finely crafted architecture every chance I get. That I can do for sure.
So Skelly also gives you battle tips.
The courtyard of the House of Hades is kept neat and orderly, in contrast to the terrifying sprawl that lies beyond.
Excuse me.
It's not that orderly, really.
Sorry, I was busy sneezing. Alright, so I'm gonna lock the last weapon. ... for now. Notice the 2 empty spaces here.
Let's see what's in here. Varatha, the Eternal Spear. Join my pursuit.
And we get a prophecy foretold. So what that means is a prophecy just got added to the fated list, but I'm here to tell you, it's just the same as it is for the other weapons. It's a prophecy for getting the Daedalus Hammer all the Daedalus Hammer upgrades for this spear. The spear is interesting because, one, it's very long range, a lot longer than you would think. Look, I'm like way back here. I can still tag him. Still tag him. But now I miss him. But it is such a long range. Does good damage. And you can do a spin attack, which is good for people all around you. Takes a little bit to charge up though.
Never felt so alive.
I like the special too, because the way that works is you throw it, and then you press it again to recall it back to you, and it deals damage on the rebound. See? And you can still, if you throw it, and then you go to attack somebody, well, it just calls right back to you. So let's say you're deep in battle and you go, spear, and then attack. Calls right back to you, just square, 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 square. And then of course the dash strike is also good because it's got good range. See? But again, we're gonna stick with the Dark Thirst, so we're gonna go back to the Stygius, which unfortunately may be my least favorite weapon, but when it comes to extra darkness, it's totally worth it.
again, boyo.
Oh, I can't. What? Oh man, I messed up. I was gonna give him a nectar. Man. I guess I can't do that after I talk to him. You have to give nectar before. Now I feel stupid because I think I knew that. So note to self. You have to give nectar before you talk to anybody. Alright, well, we're actually going to call it a short video this time. We're going to start our fourth, I guess this is our fourth escape attempt. Maybe we can, you know, we're making it a little bit farther every time, so if we just keep this trend up, we'll make it. But until then.